In a world where our media often serves up a predictable menu of philosophical themes like self-esteem, endurance, trust, companionship, and love, it's no wonder that many of us have become cynically desensitized to the sweet but repetitive melodies of Disney-esque virtues. The oversaturation of these themes and media's avoidance of the complexities and harsh realities lurking beneath the surface have left us craving narratives that break the mold. Yet every so often, a gem emerges from the creative abyss, offering fresh insights into well-trodden territories or resonating with our innermost emotions in unexpected ways. For me, these moments of revelation and introspection are most frequently delivered by Seinen Manga, a genre celebrated for its liberated storytelling and artists' willingness to infuse their work with more allegorical elements drawn from their own lives. Among the myriad titles that have stirred my soul, none have left a more profound impact than the exploration of self-destruction, personal growth, and solitude in the pages of manga like Vagabond by Takehiko Inoue, The Climber by Shinichi Sakamoto, and perhaps most significantly, Berserk by Kentaro Muira. Through these narratives, we confront the challenging truth that it's often easier to convince ourselves that we don't need others, to hide from our loneliness, than to face the potential pain and vulnerability that comes with human connection. In these manga, we are invited to journey through the darkest corners of the human psyche and witness the intricate interplay between our desires for solitude and our innate yearning for connection. One of the most compelling depictions of these themes that lingers vividly in my mind is Sakamoto's masterpiece, The Climber. At the outset of the story, we are introduced to the enigmatic protagonist, Mori Buntaro. Mori is a character deeply afflicted by social stunting, harboring the illusion that you can find solace and contentment in a life of complete solitude. Initially, as the reader delves into the story, there is a strong inclination to sympathize with Mori. His journey begins with a rather audacious feat, scaling the entire side of a school building on his very first day, prompted by a fellow student. This breathtaking achievement is accomplished solely by Mori himself, unveiling the captivating world of solo climbing. This unique and perilous pursuit involves ascending mountains and rocks with minimal protection and safety measures, placing one's life on the line with each ascent. The narrative takes us on a profound exploration of Mori's psyche as he grapples with the duality of his existence. On one hand, he seeks refuge in the solitary heights of mountains, striving to conquer them without the crutches of companionship or safety equipment. On the other, he battles the relentless grip of his own social ineptitude, a stark reminder that his desire for isolation is often at odds with his very nature as a human being. As the climber unfolds, the reader witnesses the intricacies of Mori's internal struggle, which mirrors the rugged terrains he navigates in the physical world. His ascents become metaphors for the peaks and valleys of human emotion and connection, drawing us into a profound exploration of solitude and the human condition. The story meticulously unravels Mori's evolution as he confronts not only the towering cliffs of rock faces, but also the formidable walls within himself. This manga encapsulates the raw essence of solitude and the allure of self-reliance, providing a thought-provoking narrative that challenges the reader to contemplate the delicate balance between isolation and human connection. The core theme of The Climber is most vividly depicted in a very short section in Chapter 11, which had a profound emotional impact on me and acted as the sole inspiration for this video through its ability to spell out the core topic perfectly. An enigmatic figure in the world of climbing and senior mentor for the young protagonist Mori attempts to pull Mori away from the dangerous path of solo climbing by reciting a relevant personal story in which a young climber similar to Mori is driven by the allure of solo climbing, resulting in a tragic fatality. As the mentor recounts the tragic tale of the young climber, the words cut through the narrative like a sharp blade, leaving an indelible mark on your psyche. In that moment, the metaphor for the dangers of solitude becomes painfully vivid, a reflection of the potential consequences of isolation and self-reliance. The mentor's story serves as a stark reminder that while the pursuit of solitude and self-reliance may offer a temporary sense of freedom and control, it can also lead to dire consequences. The tragic fatality of the young climber echoes the harsh realities that can lurk beneath the allure of going it alone. It is a chilling illustration of how the desire to escape from the complexities of human connection can sometimes lead to a path of self-destruction. Witnessing this character literally destroy their life painfully brought back memories of times which my own pursuits of various goals were used as an excuse to bring about a self-induced state of solitude upon myself, resulting in certain aspects of my life also being metaphorically temporarily destroyed. Reading this section also activated a sense of déjà vu for the other two manga I mentioned earlier and read several months prior, as similar themes were explored under a veil of subtlety. In Takehiko Inoue's masterful manga Vagabond, a retelling of the real-life record-breaking samurai duelist Miyamoto Musashi, the narrative intricately weaves together the profound themes of self-destructive, self-induced isolation, the pervasive sense of loneliness, and the perilous allure of solitude. Through the diverging paths of two central characters, Matahashi and Musashi, Inoue crafts a compelling exploration of the complexities surrounding human connections and the potential cost of relentless pursuit of personal aspirations. Matahashi, initially portrayed as a close confidant of Musashi, undergoes a tragic metamorphosis fueled by his fervent desire for recognition and the dream of becoming a renowned samurai. His ambition takes a sinister turn, leading him down a treacherous road of betrayal, moral compromise, and self-deception. In the process, he becomes increasingly isolated, not only from his former comrade and allies, but also from his own identity. The weight of loneliness becomes Matahashi's constant companion, as he forsakes trust and camaraderie, losing the relationships that once defined him. His journey serves as a poignant cautionary tale, an embodiment of the destructive, self-induced isolation that can manifest when personal ambition eclipses integrity and the bonds between people. Conversely, Musashi, the manga's central figure, personifies the paradoxical allure of solitude in his relentless pursuit of becoming the ultimate swordsman. His dedication to the path of the sword isolates him physically and emotionally, as he seeks solitary training and confrontations with formidable opponents. While this solitude empowers him as a martial artist, it also leaves him adrift in the sea of loneliness and emotional desolation. Musashi grapples with the enigmatic nature of his quest for solitude, recognizing its dual facets. It strengthens his skill and determination, but it also distances him from his potential friendships and profound human connections. His internal struggle exemplifies the complex interplay between ambition and isolation, showcasing how the pursuit of individual mastery can result in an emotionally barren existence. The thematic exploration of self-destruction, personal growth, and solitude in manga is not limited to the climber and vagabond. Kentaro Miura's magnum opus Berserk takes these themes to a harrowing extreme through the life of its protagonist Guts. Guts' story is a tragic tale of childhood trauma that left him scarred and fearful of intimacy, leading to a profound obsession with his sword as a source of comfort and protection. Before the events of the Golden Age arc, Guts' life was marked by suffering and abuse at the hands of his surrogate father Gambino. This early trauma instilled in Guts a deep fear of closeness towards others, a fear that would shape his relationships for years to come. Gambino's abuse not only left physical scars but also emotional ones, making it difficult for Guts to trust and connect with people. Guts' obsession with the sword, which would eventually be replaced by the Dragon Slayer, serves as a symbolic representation of his need for protection and emotional distance. The sword becomes an extension of himself, a shield that keeps others at bay. It's a physical manifestation of his emotional walls, a barrier that he believes will keep him safe from further harm. However, Guts' life takes a dramatic turn when he joins the Band of the Hawk, a mercenary group led by the charismatic Griffith. In this newfound family, Guts begins to form genuine connections with others, slowly chipping away at the walls that he had built around himself. The camaraderie and friendship he develops with the Band of the Hawk provide him with a taste of the companionship and trust he had long yearned for. Yet this fragile sense of belonging is shattered when Guts' pursuit of his own personal goal of mastering swordsmanship drives a wedge between him and Griffith. Guts' desire for independence and his fear of being hurt by those close to him lead him to leave the band, inadvertently triggering a series of events that culminate in Griffith's use of the Baylet to summon the Eclipse. The Eclipse, a cataclysmic event in the Berserk world, results in the brutal deaths and betrayals of those Guts had grown close to within the Band of the Hawk. It's a horrifying manifestation of Guts' worst fears, a nightmare in which his loved ones are killed or abused before his eyes, leaving him utterly devastated. Following the eclipse, Guts embarks on a solitary and self-destructive path as the Black Swordsman. He becomes more closed off from the outside world than ever before, driven by a burning desire for vengeance against Griffith and the God Hand. His journey is marked by violence, isolation, and a relentless pursuit of stability. In this state of isolation, Guts finds himself torn between the need for vengeance and the yearning for human connection. He forms new bonds along the way, most notably with the enigmatic Puck. These relationships represent a glimmer of hope and healing in Guts' otherwise dark and solitary existence, which reminds the reader, and reminded myself, that one can still return from this state of social isolation. and that although the embrace of other people can often be painful and challenging, it is also essential for our growth and well-being. Guts' journey in Berserk serves as a haunting reminder of the dangers of extreme isolation and self-destructive tendencies. It underscores the importance of confronting our inner demons and finding a balance between our desire for self-reliance and our innate need for human connection. The way these themes were explored in this selection of seinen manga resonated more deeply with me than any other attempt to address the peril of pursuing one's passions and living life independently, despite the prevalence of such themes in media. Although I couldn't articulate it at the time, Berserk in particular profoundly impacted me and played a significant role in ending a painful period of self-imposed isolation. It motivated me to appreciate the company of those around me, even amidst the suffering I endured during that phase of my life. To this day, revisiting these works serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of human companionship. Perhaps the reason for this lies in the fact that these manga were created by solitary authors who drew from a blend of fantastical, fictional, or historical influences for their settings, while grounding their characters' personalities, emotions, and struggles in their own experiences and mental health. While I've purposely avoided delving into Kentaro Miura's life, it's safe to say that much of the anguish experienced by Guts reflects Miura's unwavering dedication to his craft, which resulted in depression and isolation. These emotions resonated deeply with me as well. As I reflect on these powerful narratives from seinen manga, I am reminded of the intricate dance between solitude and companionship that defines the human experience. These stories have not only resonated with me on a deeply personal level, but have also challenged my perspective on the complexities of human relationships. They have taught me that while solitude can offer a temporary sense of control and self-reliance, it can also lead to self-destruction if taken to an extreme. On the other hand, human connection, with all its challenges and vulnerabilities, is essential for our emotional growth and well-being. In a world saturated with predictable narratives, it is the willingness of manga artists like Takehiko Inoue, Shinichi Sakamoto, and Kentaro Miura to explore the darker corners of the human psyche that truly sets their work apart. Through their stories, they invite us to confront our own fears, desires, and the delicate balance between isolation and connection. They remind us that it is in our most vulnerable moments that we often find the greatest strength and resilience. In the end, these manga serve as a testament to the power of storytelling to illuminate the complexities of the human condition. They challenge us to reevaluate our own choices and the paths we choose to walk, offering the hope that even in the darkest of times, we can find our way back to the warmth of human connection and personal growth.